You know what? I really enjoy this voice, so I'm going to use it. But if you have a hard time understanding what I'm saying, simply use the pause button for fire for you. Alright, ready? Let's go. Chapter 3. Puzzle solved. Pieces lost. Pinky made a beeline right for that cold, giving a great big hug, nearly choking him. Hiya, I wasn't expecting a unicorn here of all places, but here you are. Giving a big giggle and pointing her pony out. That purple one is Twilight, the one with the hat is Applejack, and the quick Pegasus with the rainbow mane and tail is Rainbow Dash. But like, duh, what else do you think her name would be? That pony over there behind Rarity is Fluttershy, but that baby dragon over there is Spike. He's really nice. You look kind of pale, like a ghost being shaken. Oh, that's right. You must be terrified of a pony you don't know. My name is Pinkie Pie, but every pony just calls me Pinky. Is that your real name, or does it stand for something like extra special friend? Would you like to be my extra special friend? You're the sign type, huh? Poor X is squirming heavily trying to break up the hug, having difficulty breathing. Pinky, you're choking him, Applejack bluntly affirmed. As Pinky let her grip go, X gave a huge gasp for air. Still a little shaky, he raised his head back up. My sincere apology for the rough winds. The Pashas weren't expecting you for some time. Well, we navigated through that defense easily. Next time, tell them to make it a challenge. Rainbow Dash boosted proudly. Twilight's eyes glared a little curiously. Why was that defense thing up in the first place? And next, tell us how a unicorn got here and where the Pashas are. I'll have to ask that first one to sort iridescence. Though I am sure there has to be a good reason, as confirmed I believe with a visible nod, but gave a slight hesitation with answering the following questions. Whereas a unicorn, well, you caught me. I am not as I seem to be. But why I appear as such is a bit complicated. And for the Pashas, most of them are here, roughly 1,000. They have been endangered for some reason, or perhaps they are going even beyond what one merely sees. But certainly, we can take this conversation elsewhere. You, girls must have had quite a journey here, no? Oh, yes, Rarity practically cried out. This climb is already getting to me, and my mane is absolutely ruined. Be a doll and help Spy with carrying our bags, will you? Give him a bright smile. Sure, happy to help. We can talk on the way. X walked on over to the hot air balloon basket, but stopped one moment and looked inquisitive at 3 pieces of luggage. Giving a shake of his head, dismissing the idea, X picked up several of the suitcases up, levitating the ones in a golden glow. Spike gathered the rest, carrying them with his arms and claws. Is something the matter? You are looking at them very oddly. It's nothing. Just thought I saw 3 of them move just a bit, though. Anyways, I'll be happy to lead you 7 into the metropolis. X started to canter, or rather maneuver the way, safely avoiding the brush. If any pony else isn't going to ask, by any chance, you would happen to know what that glamorous jewel on top of that building is. Oh, that reminds me. I'm not sure how you ponies or a dragon would react, but believe me, stay away from any jewels here. They are very charged with an odd power, but I'm guessing as long as you don't eat them, you should be fine. But to answer your question, Miss Rarity, that rock somehow transmits some sort of magic, if you call it that, energy. I was wondering about those. I can tell that this island is practically littered with them. But I can't see a one. Rarity gave a slight pout. Giving a hearty chuckle, I don't know how you can see what is underground, but even if you did, you won't get anywhere. The ground itself is covered in a strange golden goop that is said to be from their original homeland, but even they are unsure how to even properly use it. Speaking of homelands, though, how is Juniper anyways? We didn't come from there, Twilight answered in puzzlement. In fact, I never even read about a place with that name, but I did come across some interesting plants. Equestria is where we came from. There are towns and such like Ponyvale and Canterlot, too. That's rather curious. I'll have to take a note in my research. Looks like you just found a twin, Twilight, Spike spoke through the luggage. But I doubt he reads as much as you, though. I'm more of a theory researcher than anything. Rather than what I am doing, there's a lot of distorted data. Ah, Rainbow Dash groaned. How much further is this place? I can't stand it. We are almost there. Give it about 3 minutes. Mr. X, sir? How scary are these Pashas anyway? Fluttershy asked very warily, giving a slight smile. A lot of them are more scared of scaring you. Though a little quirky, they are very nodule and have good intentions. Putting their things down for a bit, breathing rather heavily. Well, would you look at that? Applejack glanced up into a rustling tree and noticed a small, yellow squirrel-like creature with arms straight and sparkling blue pupils, as that is the only part of the eye that showed. Fluttershy awed happily and flew upwards with a bright smile. I didn't think anything could be this cute. Hey, little guy, what's your name? The critter chattered softly, tilting its head completely to the right. I can't remember the name of that critter, but they are pretty friendly if you don't scare or hurt them, X commented, picking their stuff back up. Thanks, Celestia! I finally see a building, Rainbow Dash sighed with much enthusiasm. Let's see how quick these cults really are. They are much into racing if that is what you had in mind, though hitting one isn't easy. What? Rainbow Dash sounded furious. I came all this way to race against the top speed ponies just to find out that their speed is purely for inflation. I'm not leaving till some pony races me. Giving a heavy sigh. Fine, I'll do it. X didn't sound fond of this at all. But we'll race on my terms. We'll discuss that later, though. At long last, they arrived at the edge of the city. X stopped at an egg-shaped dome building, lacing what he carried down for the time being. Pinky, though, was twirling her head all around, trying to find the residence. Where is every pony? Twilight asked curiously. Preparing their cells, most likely. I would safely wager that many retreated to the world below with what was prophesied. Before I get into that, any pony got any objections at staying at the library for the time? I don't know what the libraries look like in Equestria, but they are certainly different from where I came from. No problem at all. I'm staying in the library back in Ponyville, so feel just like home. Applejack gave a tip of her hat. It's not like we're staying here permanently. We'll be just fine. After all this, though, Rainbow Dash started to say before X interrupted with an inquiry. I know. That whole race thing, right? No, just going to check out the sights. Some pony needs to know where she's going, and I need to stretch out. My wings are for display, you know. Very well. Every pony and dragon counted for? X gave a quick glance around to check. All right, brace yourselves. X aimed a beam of a golden light at a gem on the door with his horn. The ground shook vigorously, revealing a large disc lowering them down to the depths. After Fluttershy gave a loud shriek, Pinkie skipped around giggling. I didn't think a library would have this. I can't wait to see what else is here, just like a funhouse. When you think you have everything figured out, there's a hidden passageway with twists and turns. While we're on our way, let me summarize what is going on. X sat down in front of the group. I'm going to need a drink for all this talking. As you know, the Plastas recently recovered from their temporary imprisonment. During that time, they focused on the ancient technology of another race. By furthering their technological advantages, they were able to use their more mystical properties along with these mechanical wonders to enhance life, though there were some issues with their leadership. Regardless, they stumbled upon an ancient prophecy that foretold how they arrived, how they shall live, but also how they shall fall. Luckily, they had grown aware of what they needed to do to avoid such casualties. And the Crimson Moons are a symbol that it's coming, Twi figured out. This sounds made more important than the Secretary Comet passing through the Horsehead Nebula. You just had to bring that up, huh? Something I would like to forget sometime. Although it was fun knocking in Kingslands again, Rainbow Dash gave a chuckle at the thought. I will have to ask about that later, exclaimed pondering. First thing first, though, despite their technological boost, they are slowly becoming trapped by their own doing. On the last days, the weather itself would seem to have a mind of its own and bring forth destruction. If that isn't enough, one or maybe more of their own will no longer have a heart and become one with the alicorn that brings total destruction. If that force does not stop, not only will Saboo and your Crusher will be destroyed, but it shall spread further until there is only void. Why would they just toss their heart aside? That doesn't sound very good at all. Plus, I seem more worried about them than herself. I know not what shall befall or why, but everything else is being placed. It isn't like we have much of a choice. It sounds more dangerous than King Sombra, Queen Chrysalis, and Discord combined, Twilight slated deep concern. From what I can decipher myself, the concept of good and evil don't apply to such a creature. All it decides is power and destruction. I do have one last question though, X, Twilight questioned. How did you get involved with all this? You don't seem normal. Excuse me for saying. Where exactly did you say you're from? The huge disc suddenly came to a halt, and before them stood not just what seems like an endless sea of books in their shelves, but many mythical items as well. Each of them got off to see the first thing on display. Oh my, such a glow. Perfect curve to fit any set of hooves. And an exact measurement. It is the perfect replica of the golden horseshoes. Twilight stated as even Spike leaped upwards to get a better look. That isn't a replica, or so I was told. The Pasha made sure to prepare themselves in case the powers become too unbalanced. Personally, I think it's more so unbalanced in their favor. But even trinkets won't stop such an event. Being completely engrossed with all their surroundings, the group quickly departed, highly curious of what else is at this library. Wait, don't split up, X shouted. You'll get lost. Muffles can be clearly heard this time in the suitcases. Being curious, X tried over and unzipped the first one. A very small, red mane and amber-eyed Billy popped up like a jack-in-the-box, scaring X so much that he turned backwards. Sorry to frighten you, mister, she said after she took a breath of air. I thought we were never going to get out of there. Getting up and unzipping the other two, a young unicorn with a purple and pink mane, along with green eyes and a white coat. Along with a Pegasus with a violet mane that matches her purple eyes and rather brownish coat. The one with the red mane spoke first. Any pony got their key mark yet? Nope, I don't see any. But maybe we can get one here. I heard some sort of island in the sky. That's so neat. The white-coated one practically squeaked. As cool as the floating island sounds, the one with the purple mane declared. What kind of key mark will we even get? Oh, the one with the bow and her red mane winked up from her epiphany. How about our explorers? And while we are exploring, we'll find out what's here. That sounds awesome. The three of them joined together and shouted, Island Explorers! Then swiftly departed a bit before X got back on his hooves. Deducing what just happened in haste, he looked back and forth, not sure why no pony else heard what happened, but decided to chase after those Crusaders and hope they hadn't gone too far already. After all, Twilight did say she was staying at the library for how bad could it be with a warehouse full of both mystical and incredibly dangerous items, right? Thank you for joining me with this chapter. Join me next time for Chapter 4, Tied Laces. I really do enjoy this voice, though. It sounds like I have way too much helium. To the guillotine, send Dumbo to the guillotine. Send the king, send the queen, send Dumbo to the guillotine. To the guillotine, send Dumbo to the guillotine. Send the king, send the queen, send Dumbo to the guillotine.